Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports UK.
Rob Smith for Combat Sports UK, and I'm here with Cage Warriors fighter Leon Arms. Leon, how are you, mate? I
am absolutely splendid, mate. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very jealous because obviously, as you don't know, Leon's in sunny California. I'm in cold Stockton. It's just not really that fair, mate. You know, you must be so nice over there.
Unbelievable, mate. The weather's perfect. The vibe is perfect. Palm trees everywhere. Living the dream.
You're just rubbing it in. I'm just. Oh, must be. It must be nice. It must be nice. So
really
when we last spoke, you kind of like teased a little bit of a fight, and so now you actually got the fight booked. Do you want to let the viewers know who you're fighting and where?
I am fighting a fella called Saeed Masuni Summit Huzuvi, something like that. I'm fighting in Newcastle on November 23rd in the Virtue Motors Arena. I haven't fought for a while, been out 8 months, made some improvements, looking to showcase my new skills and put on a good performance.
And do you know much about your opponent?
I know a little bit. I was actually live at his last fight. I seen him fight an Italian featherweight. It was pretty good. I forgot his name, but he is pretty good. He got finished in the last round, but he came out to fight. He looks strong. He looks like he's going to try and sniff me balls for 3 rounds, to be honest. So I'm looking forward to defending that and punching him in the face.
And I'm always curious how, because I think every fight does it sort of differently. When you get called, you got the call from Cage where you're saying, "Oh, we've got you a fight." When you like do your game plan camp, do you kind of base it off what you do well, or do you watch what your opponent does and kind of base a game plan around what they do well?
Well, I don't really think too much into it, to be honest. Obviously, there's a few things that I'm working on that are like just a few basic stuff that I'm gonna, try and implement. But at the end of the day, I'm going in there to do me and show what I can do and put my skills on the table and show everyone what I'm capable of. I'm not really worried about him. He's gonna have to worry about what I'm doing. I'm not worried about what he's doing.
And we mentioned how you're in sunny America right now. What are the biggest like cultural differences that you've noticed being in America compared to the UK?
Just like the people. The people are very different. Do you know what I mean? Back home, everyone's a bit dry, a bit just says it how it is, keep themselves to themselves type of thing. But over here, everyone's like, "Oh, hi, how can I help you? What are you? Oh, you do MMA? Oh, that's crazy. Where's your gym? You've been doing it long?" Everyone's really interested in it. Dead friendly, overly friendly sometimes. Sometimes I'm just trying to do my shop. Is there anything I can help you with? Yeah, just stop asking me if I need help, to be honest. No, but the friendly, the spot on. It's a nice vibe out here.
And I don't want to cause beef in your gym, but do you have a favorite person to train with at the MMA Fight Academy?
Oh, favorite person to train with. Well, I'll tell you, me and Teddy Stringer always have pay-per-view rounds. Always. I mean, people that pay to see me and Teddy's rounds, we always have good ones. But favorite person to train with, I don't really have one. Everyone's spot on, to be honest. I normally stick with the few lighter guys, but I like having a few rolls with Adam Darby. He always gives me a bit of shit before we roll and tells me he's going to sub me. So me and him always go at it. So that's a bit of crack. But everyone's spot on here. I like training with everyone.
And because obviously your teammates are all like, I think a majority all Cage Warriors fighters, do you get quite nervous when they fight? I know Chase recently had a Contender Series fight. Obviously, the result didn't go his way, but I think he gave a really great account of himself in that fight. Obviously, in the post-fight press conference, Dana White gave nothing but like praise for him. And so, obviously, the fight didn't go the way he wanted. But do you get like quite nervous watching them fight?
Yeah, of course. I mean, when you live with people and you train with them every single day, it's hard not to get nervous for them. You know what I mean? You see the work they're putting because they're putting in the same work as you, day in day out. You see them being disciplined on the diet, all that good stuff. So yeah, I see it's literally like a family when you're out here. You live in a house with them. It's like a family. So when one of the boys is fighting, it's like watching your family fight. So of course you get nervous, but that's what makes it fun as well.
And you mentioned how you had 8 months out, and you mentioned how you made a lot of improvements. What things have you improved on? Would you say the most in your game?
Most of my game, I'd say I took time away just to improve on grappling. To be honest, I mean, I was always good, very very scrambly. I get back on my feet, didn't really get good at defending, stuff like that. But I wanted to get good at getting my own offense off and stuff like that. So I just took time away, focused on improving my offensive game when it comes to grappling, and I feel like I've done a pretty good job of it. And you might see a little bit of it November 23rd, who knows?
We'll never know, mate. That's a good thing about MMA. You've got to be able to do it all. I think if you're so one dimensional, you're not going to make it far in the sport, especially the way it's gone now. I think it's evolved so much. Back in the day, you kind of get away with being quite one dimensional, but now you have to be able to do everything.
100%. You have to be good everywhere, especially with everyone now. Pretty much who fights MMA, modern MMA is good everywhere. Good jits, wrestling's good, all that good stuff.
And they say there's no place like home. How excited are you to fight in front of a Northeast crowd?
I can't wait. I cannot wait. So, because Harry's going to be main event as well, so everyone's going to be there to support Harry, and hopefully they see me and they're like, oh, I know him from Harry, and they give me a little cheer as well. So it's good to be close to home, fighting in the north. Yeah, it's Newcastle, but Newcastle, Middlesbrough, same thing, same
Yeah,
vibe.
you'll see. Yes, I mean, the support. Obviously, I know you were there last time, but the support Harry got was unbelievable. So I'm thinking you'll get just the same. Mate. The crowd is still going to really support the local guys.
That'd be unbelievable. That'd be unbelievable.
And what do you expect? What do you think we can see from Harry coming to this fight? Because it's a huge fight for him. There's potential there's UFC potential in this fight. This could be a really big one. So what do you think we can see from Harry?
I think Harry's going to put on a statement. He's fighting a good guy, knockout power. The UFC's looking at this guy. I mean, what he's on an 11 fight win streak. I think he's had like 8 KOs. So he finishes fights. He's entertaining. Going up against Harry, one of the most entertaining featherweights there is out there at the moment. So I think Harry's going to pick him off, put on an absolute clinic, and the UFC are going to be looking at him thinking, yes, let's sign him. And then they're going to sign him and George at the same time, and then they're going to take over the UFC.
Yeah, because when I spoke, 'cause I went to MFA the other day. I spoke with Harry, and he's not too certain that this fight will get him into the UFC. Do you agree with that? Because I think a win over a guy like Lopez could really catapult him into the UFC.
Um, I think 100% it could, yeah. I mean, who knows? Do you know what I mean? MMA is unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. But you can let's be hopeful. Let's just see absolute pings him all over. Go straight to the UFC. He might not. He might have to get another win. But one thing's for sure, he'll definitely end up there.
And when I spoke with Harry in my interview, I asked him about your fight, and he mentioned that in your previous fight, he said you're not the type to make excuses. He said that something happened like just before your fight that probably the smart thing to do wasn't to fight, but you went on anyway and won. So can you kind of tell me what happened?
Um, but I wouldn't say I probably shouldn't have fought. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Stuff happens in the gym. Hard rounds happen. Things happen. You know what I mean? But I wanted to fight. I needed to fight, and I got in there and got the win. That's all that matters.
Oh, very true, mate. Very true. And can I get an official prediction for the fight?
Official prediction. I reckon I'm gonna finish this guy in round two with a. I'm not gonna tell you what in case he watches it. I've got a
Oh,
shot
yeah,
lined up for
okay.
him.
Well, you can tell me off camera. It's fine.
Yeah.
And I don't want to keep you too long, Liam, because I know I mentioned that you've got some food in the oven. I just want to ask what have you got in the oven?
I've got some potatoes roasting. I'm gonna have that with a little bit of chicken, a little bit of veg. And
Do,
I've got a few
do,
more meals before sparring tonight.
do Americans kind of do like roast potatoes like we do in the UK? Or do you not really do you have to like, make it yourself?
I haven't really seen any like ones you can just shot in the oven. I just get potatoes, chop them up, shot them in the oven myself. Bit of oil, bit of garlic, salt. I'm getting good at cooking now as well. I've got a nutritionist now, so I'm starting to learn.
What's the food like in America? Because I see all these like videos on like TikTok and stuff. It all looks like massive and mental. What's it like over there?
It's a bit like when you go out to eat, everything's just large. Like if you get a large Coke, you've got like 2 liters of Coke fucking in a soda, whatever they're called. And the portions are big, but you can go to the shop and you can still eat healthy out here. It's not as crazy as people say, like, oh, everything's got crazy stuff in it. I mean, it probably does, to be honest, but everything's fine. I stopped getting my chicken from the actual shop in the packet and I get it from the butchers now because the chicken is mental. You get like a chicken breast and it's like that big. It's
Oh, nice,
definitely been
nice.
pumped with
Oh yeah, they're filled up with some
some dodgy
steroids.
stuff. Yeah.
It wouldn't pass USADA test.
No, you can't be eating that and going in the UFC. I'll tell you that much.
And before we end off, do you want to give your Instagram a shout out? Because I know you've got a link in your bio to get tickets. I know it gives you a little bit of kickback, so when you give a chance to shout out your Instagram.
Yeah, so Instagram's Leon Arms MMA. The ticket link for my next fight is in my bio. All support's appreciated. It's going to be a crazy night of fights. Obviously, you got Harry, you got myself, plenty of other good Northeast fighters. It'd be a shame to miss out on. So grab a ticket and use my link so I can get a bit of coin. Bash.
Quality, mate. I want to thank you very much for coming on, mate.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.